It's been over a year since I finished building my Enduro e-bike, and since then there have been so many upgrades, both big and small, on this bike that have totally changed how I ride. Each upgrade making my bike just a little bit better than before. Today I'm going to be going over all of those upgrades, starting from the least expensive and making my way up to the most expensive upgrade. You're watching Endoprysm, and if you haven't already, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button, leave a nice comment down below, and most importantly subscribe so I can continue to make more great videos like this. And without further ado, let's get right into it. For upgrade number 1, we have waterproofing, which cost me $0. This was a much needed upgrade for obvious reasons. Nobody wants their valuable internals, such as their controller and battery, getting wet, as this could spell disaster. So some hot glue and electrical tape seemed to do the trick for me, covering up small openings in the frame where water could leak in. Now ever since I've done this, I haven't had any water leak into my frame. So if you have a similar bike to mine and you notice that there might be some holes which lead to the inside of the frame, maybe do some waterproofing upgrades, add some tape, add some hot glue, make sure your electronics are safe. On to the next upgrade. For upgrade number 2, we have matte black vinyl wrap for my side panels, costing only $15. Now this is more of a cosmetic upgrade and doesn't have any functional purpose to the bike, but I do think this is one of my favorite upgrades for a reason. So originally the side panels for my frame came with a glossy finish that scratched very easily, and I personally did not like how it went with my white frame. So I decided to wrap the side panels with this matte black vinyl that I got off of Amazon for only $15. It looks cool, it's easy to clean, and it doesn't scratch very easy, making it a good choice for me and you. Upgrade number 3 is my bike's stem bearings. The original cheap stem bearings that I used, which came with my frame, did not work very well, as after only a few months they ended up exploding just with normal use. So that's why I upgraded to these 34mm FSG bearings, which I got off of Amazon for 35 bucks. I've put over 2,500 miles on them since I bought them, and they are still holding strong, although I'm looking forward to upgrading them to some 44mm bearings so I don't have to use the original bearing cups to hold them in place. Overall though, I love these bearings. They make my bike feel very nice and solid, and I would recommend giving them a try. For upgrade number 4, we have a lezynee 1300 XXL bike light. Now I know this isn't much of an upgrade and it's more of an accessory, but I'm going to put it in this video anyways because why not? This bike light is one of the best you can get for $100, and I think that if you have an Enduro e-bike or anything similar, the convenience of having a bright, lightweight, handlebar mounted light that has hours of battery life is unparalleled, and I think it deserves an honorable mention in this video. For upgrade number 5, we have Magura MT5 brakes. A few months back, I upgraded my rear brake to a Magura MT5, and for the most part, I love it. They are more responsive and have much better stopping power than my original brakes, although I'm a little bit annoyed by the price of maintenance for these brakes, as the brake pads wear out fast and they cost 30 bucks to replace. I have to swap them every 1 to 2 months depending on how much I ride, making it way more expensive to maintain than the original brakes. But I guess safety doesn't come cheap, and I much prefer this brake over the generic one I had before. The front brake is still generic, but I plan on upgrading it to a Shimano brake soon. For upgrade number 6, we have a QS205 motor, costing us $500. I recently downsized my motor from a QS273 to a QS205. To some people, this may or may not be an upgrade, depending on how you look at it, but the way I see it is I went from a larger, heavier motor to a smaller, lightweight motor that gives me almost identical performance. Although not common in my experience, the main disadvantage of having a smaller motor is that it's more prone to overheating. But shaving off 15 pounds of weight for me is worth it, as it is easier to handle and it's less damaging to the swing arm. For our final upgrades, which are some honorable mentions which I somehow honestly forgot about, are the $5 foot pegs which I made sort of DIY style for this bike, which I've been using for about 5 months now, and I think they've worked very nicely. I also have a rear fender which I added to this bike, which is another little upgrade, and I also added a keyed ignition. But those are just some small things. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button, leave a nice comment down below, most importantly subscribe. Now if you guys own an e-bike which you've added your own upgrades to, make sure to go ahead and share that to me in the comments down below. I'd love to hear about it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.